Hi people from the 21st century. As you can see down below, my name is Amor, and we are going to make an 1895 blouse. So I hope that you will enjoy this video as much as I did making it. To draft the pattern, I'm using an original pattern from 1895, the keystone guide, the glorious and famous keystone guide, from page 12 to 18.
We are the first fitting and this bottom part, I would say that it's quite big. I may take a couple of inches right here because this is the center front, and if I can put it in right here because this center part it's doing fine. Maybe I'll...
At the center back I end up adding like 4 centimeters or something like that at the pattern.
Okay, this is right sides out. I have moulaged this dot, but I'm not very faithful, so I'm gonna leave it from now, and then at the next try I'm gonna try it on because I think that they look kinda great. Maybe later I'll send it a picture to one of my haute couture friends and they will say. I end up taking in a lot of this seam and on the other side because it was very big, even though I kept using the standard size that the keystone gives you, and I'm a 38 European, so Victorians were not that skinny. And plus, my haute couture friend told me that this was effectively a pattern for a jacket, which it is. But I'm happy with this pattern in this fabric because it's cotton. It's very light. Right now we are in Spain. In Spain it's very hot in this time, and I'm perfectly and all of this stuff. So from the center front that I'm thinking also, maybe I'll take a little bit. Well, not take a little bit because I leave a lot of seam allowance here, but not here, and I made those strips. We are gonna put them later. So from now on I'm gonna take this out, I'm gonna put it in the mannequin and we'll see. I couldn't decide about putting on the dart or not, and I end up taking it at the center front, but while doing this I decided that maybe if I wear my skirt I will decide better and that stuff. So I put it on, sent a photo to my friend, and now the problem is that I don't wanna put on my pajamas again. Maybe I'm gonna stay here looking like this with a little Victorian skirt lined with cotton and my Victorian unfinished shirt just pasted with this working day hairstyle lying on the sofa. In normal clothing you will use just, let's say, a centimeter or 2 centimeters, but as this is something historical I haven't seen any resource. But if you take a look at fashion history, for example in the 19th century the fashion was refashioned, so you just buy one garment or you have it from second hand and you just refashion every single time. And the thing that changes the most, if you take a look at a lot of Victorian things, it's the sleeves, so that is why I left so many sleeve allowance. But the seams are pretty big, but I know that here in Spain when you sew something you will leave a lot of seam for taking out if you go older. And I know that in Victorian era they use pin tags for this, but this is just an experiment as I told you. So in my mind it said okay, probably in the Victorian era they do the same thing, but then I don't know. Okay, if you take a look at the system garments they are most flat seam. Firstly I'm finishing hemming the sleeve because I made one but I left this one because it was too late. Then we'll gotta iron it while we clean up the bedroom, and when we iron this we will iron the bodies. Plus, working at 3 things at the same time reminds me of when I work at Pasarela Española. So here we are. I just finished pinning the sleeve. I'm thinking that I will ladder later this to the armhole. I'm thinking that it's way too big to the era and I don't know what I'm going to do. I had asked my friend Stefania from Antigua Vida to tell me what she thinks about, but I'm thinking about taking like 2 centimeters here, 2 over here. It will be this thick, but I'm not very sure because later I gotta put it in the jacket and then put my arm inside. So I will make it with pins.
When I was editing this video, I have noticed that the seam that I was taking in on the previous fitting was bad. So, okay, I had put all of this into this seam that I had just opened. Right now I'm taking in the seam allowance, no, not just the seam allowance, but I had added like 5 centimeters at the center back because I didn't felt that I will be able to fit in that pattern, but I'm able to fit, so that means that the original pattern that the keystone give you fits a 38 European. That's my size. That's not every model size, but most model size are. And I gotta put it this like perfectly tonight because tomorrow I have a photo shoot sign up with Chimmysaurus. He's so kind that he's gonna help me with taking photos. And I have need to fix all this for tonight and maybe fix the hem because moving things right now it's very complicated and you may end up moving the hem. Just for tonight I'm gonna leave it this like this, so I think it fits. If it fits, I see it. Okay, I'm sorry for the awkward selfie mode, but this is the only way that I think that I could show you the back. And it fits like a glove. But I'm not pretty sure about this elbowy thing because it's pretty low, and maybe at the pattern I'll gotta fix it and put it about right here. I'm about to put on the buttons right now. So here we are, in a copy of my beautiful Madrid, wearing my Victorian ensemble. A lot of times I question how these people do this or do that. They were silly or they were not. They were crazy or they did just have the technology. And I end up finding that we have a lot to learn from them.